Moorish. We do an affirmation. God, we love to on the right. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. Allah is my guidance. Allah is my protector. Allah is my salvation. Through the Holy Prophet, Nabi Muhammad, by day and by night. All right. Put a little spin on it myself, but let me see. Okay. We're going to get into the warning to be read in each meeting. Okay. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical, agitating speeches while at work, in their homes or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards at Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequences. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant of the Moorish movement, will receive their reward from Allah for their just or unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their cards and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement, founded by the Prophet Noble Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out a divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways. And that was one of the warnings. And today we're going to go into a little bit of reading. Sister Salah Ali Bey is not here today with us. She had to take leave. And I want to wish her safe and happy travels. And we will see you next class, sister. Okay, I will be reading from a book entitled History of England and the British Commonwealth, Henry Halt and Company. And this book has been copywritten May 1924. As you can see, all right, History of England and the British Commonwealth. And I was reading this in one in particular, well, just for the first chapter, this is what it has. One is the stoneworkers. Stoneworkers. Geography of the earlier Stone Age, the British Isles, the new stoneworkers. And let me read what the new stoneworkers say. The new stoneworkers. The new stoneworkers appear to have been a dark people. Let me go back on that. The new stoneworkers appear to have been a dark people of medium stature and slender build. They were of the type that anthropologists call the long skulled. The length of the cranium from the bridge of the nose to the posterior base of the skull being relatively great in proportion to the width. Now we will stop right there. That should give you enough of them. But it goes on and it has the bronze workers, 1500 BC, civilization of the Bronze Age. Okay, and I want to get to one particular, and it is back here somewhere, I think. Well, let me go to, and again, we're reading out of History of England and the British Commonwealth. Okay, and we're going to be looking for There's pictures in this book too. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm just gonna have to flip back through here. And I know I've seen it. The Declaration of Independence. Yeah, war in the middle colonies. Wow. This is a really good book to pick up if you can pick it up and it's still in print, which I doubt. But one of the pieces I want to show you or read to you has to do with liberties. Liberties. All right? And if I could get to it. Give me a second, family, because I know it's here. I should have marked it down, which I didn't mark it down. I apologize about that. And looky, one, it says on page 388, the Puritan Revolution. And here it says, Marston Moore, 1644. So you can see that. So you can see that. It says, I don't know if you can see that, but it says, Marston Moore, M-O-O-R, 1644. Okay? And I'm going to read that one. Then I'll find the other one for us. And it says, Marston Moore, 1644. A year after its organization, Cromwell's lovely company had an opportunity to match its training and efficiency against the valor and discipline of the best soldiers in the Cavalier armies. The Scots, S-C-O-T-S, and the parliamentarians were besieging a real royalist force in York. Prince Rupert hurried across the Pennine Hills to relieve his fellow cavaliers and succeeded in raising the siege. But the campaign was not too close without a fight. At Marston Moor, 7 miles west of York, the retreating parliamentarians halted, and the contending forces met in what was perhaps the bloodiest battle of the war. The Roundhead, force of horsemen, attacked the splendid cavalry of the gay prince and swept it off the battlefield. God made them as stubble to our words, wrote Cromwell with true Puritan enthusiasm. Northern England was now completely lost to the Stuart cause, but the king's forces held out for another year in the west and about Oxford. Okay, and I was just reading Marston Moors, and that comes from 1644, and you can look that up. And I'm going to find, we're still looking for liberties, and we need to, and I think, was it 5? No, it wasn't 5. It was around here. Pardon me. One of the pages was ripped and everything, right? Oh, let me show you one more picture. There's a picture here. As you can see, this is a map. And this is a map of the 13 colonies. All right, 13 colonies. And if you get closer and can see, it says from your bottom to the top. Indian country by royal proclamation. And look, we can clearly see New York, New Jersey, Virginia, but it says even of the Great Lakes, Lake Erie, Lake Michigan, that's still part of the so-called U.S., right? But look what it says: Province of Quebec, and there is a proclamation line. Look that up. Proclamation.
Sir, this isn't the.
This isn't B?
No.
I thought this was
Be
B.
over there.
All right, we're back. All right. Apologize about that. Forgive me for the flag in the background. They tried to make us move to another room, so we relocated to another room. But we're going to continue with the history of England and the British Commonwealth. All right? And we were reading I wanted to take you to there's a piece in here. I apologize about that. I should have written it down, but I didn't. I was trying to hurry because here in the District of Columbia Territory, we know that the subway system isn't all that great, but the red line is the oldest line, and just trying to find it. But anyway, it's Liberties. It's Liberties. The American West, the Proclamation line. That's a good one we're gonna get into later. George III and William Pitt. Okay. The war on the Canadian frontier, 1758. All right, okay. The 7 Years' War. And those who, for Maryland or Moreland territory, or Maryland, Calvert, or it even shows how they came to be. That's really good. I need to find it because it's really interesting. Okay. The Cabal, 1667, 1673. Rising hostility towards France. Okay. The Colonial Foundations, 1663 to 1681. Okay, there's just some interesting ones that I'm gonna put down and just reading over. Jamaica taken from Spain. Wow, 1655. Okay. Pardon me. Okay. There's a lot of good, interesting stuff in here, my people. But I'm gonna get to Queen Henrietta Maria, Prince Charles. This book is kind of still a little colored, but it's telling you some truths. The Virginia Company, 1607. Okay. I'm not trying to burn time, but I need to find it for you, family, and I promise next time I will have it for you. Okay? Right on. Because I'm just skimming. And I knew it was in closer to the beginning. John Wycliffe. Okay. Well, I can't find it right now, but I will definitely get back with your family on that, because this is a very interesting read. There's liberties. Well, anyway, we're not going to spend X amount of time, but this is the book to get. I'm going to go into a little something. This book is, see how I marked this page. Isn't that something? But this is, Let's Set the Record Straight by, inscribed by the Imperial Grand Potentate. This is my man, polite people. Polite father, a teacher. Reverend Dr. Malachi Zadok York L. That's what the Z is. L 33720 and the newbie Rakata. And this is Let's Set the Record Straight. And question. What is the ancient sacred seal of the Moors? The ancient sacred seal of the, look at this, y'all. The ancient sacred seal of the Malians or Moors mystic order contained an inverted crescent and six-pointed star, a symbol adopted by the Alhambra order, the Islamic order of the Knights of Columbus, as well as the ancient Arabic order of the Noble and Mystic Shrine of Islamic order of the Freemasons. Only they replaced the original six-pointed star, symbol of man's 6 points, with the 5-pointed star. Man's 6 points? With the 5-pointed star relating to their 5-point system under the female of the madams, one such named Madame Blavatsky, later to become known as the Pentagon, from the pentagram, meaning 5, in remembrance of the 5 tribes that the Iroquois nation accepted and shared their constitution with, namely the Irish, Polish, Scottish, French, British, German, in parentheses, and their 5 pillars of faith. 1, politics, 2. Psychology. 3. Philosophy. 4. Polytheism. 5. Penal system. P is the symbolic of the word points in the Freemasonic Old Constitution known as the Halliwell, Hallwell, or Regisms, Regiusms. There are 15 regulations which are called points. The 15 articles which preceded existed before the meeting at York of the Freemasons, in which the sacred name of God is associated with this letter, Potha, the Redeemer, P-H-O-D-E-H. Now I want to go back, do a little correction. Pardon me. They say the Europeans replaced their 5 points, which is still our. When you hear love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, it's coming from here. Well, it's not coming from here. This is where they got this 5 points from us, from our 5 points. And politics, love, politics, that's love, politics, you know what I'm saying? Will you stand politically or it's love. Because when you're talking politics, as you're talking and differentiating, matter of fact, let's do this, politics. Merriam-Webster Dictionary, 1974. And we're looking for politic. We're coming up on it. Politic. And we put it in the proper matrix, it's an adjective. Politic. 1. Wise in promoting a policy. Wise in promoting a policy. A statesman. 2. Shrewdly tactful. A move. All right? That's politic. All right? So, you're wise, which deals with love, still deals with love, okay? Psychology, all right? Truth, because you want to know your psyche, you want to always know the truth. You want to live by truth. And that's dealing with the psyche. That's dealing with the mind. Philosophy. Peace. When you have a philosophy, you philosophize about having peace. And that's dealing with structure, with peace, okay? Polytheism. 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 A noun. Belief in or worship of many gods. Now, we got love, truth, peace, and freedom. Freedom. Polytheism. Belief in or worship of many gods. Now, I don't know what God you worship, but many are searching for the God of love. And the fifth one is a no-brainer. Number 5, penal system. Penal system. If any of the previous principles are violated, what we gonna lay down? That's right, you got it. Justice. Justice. And what they have the penal system here for? For criminal justice. Criminal justice? How can a criminal have justice? Really? Okay. Well, we just broke that down. Dealing with the 5 principles, you still get the love, peace, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice out of me. That's what that looks like to me. All right? But we're going to continue. Are you saying that the original Constitution came from the Iroquois nation? Yes. The Constitution of the United States was plagiarized from the Iroquois Kayanashi Kowa, Kayaanesha, which translates Great Law of Peace by Thomas Paine. It is also noteworthy that the beginning of the Constitution, "We the People," is the exact meaning of the original name of the Cherokee tribe of the Native American, which is Anayawiya. Man, where did I hear that from? Because we know Cherokee, Navajo, Seminoles, all those were European names given to the Moors that were here. But where did I hear that from? Where did I hear this same Cherokee tribe was originally named Anayawiya? Islamic greetings to my brother Taj Tariq Bey. I love you, brother. Because that's where I heard it from. Okay, we continue. Despite what you have been taught in your schools and universities, the Constitution of the United States of America was not written by James Madison. It was written by Thomas Paine. He used the 6 nations of the Iroquois oral constitution, known as the Great Law of Peace. as the basis and foundation on which to form the Constitution of the United States. This system was a very highly developed political system of the Iroquois' Sixth League of Nations, governed by women. This is called, you tell me what that's called. What do you think it's called? Gynocracy. Yeah. Gynocracy. The Iroquois, amongst other Native American tribes such as Navajo, Crow, Hopi, Pomo, Turok, and the Kiowa, had gynocracy, or a matriarchal government. The definition of gynocracy is government of women. Or a society ruled by women. It comes from the Greek word gunakukarisha, from gun or gunak, meaning woman, and the suffix krasi, which means government or rule, which comes from the Greek suffix kratia, from kratos, meaning strength or power. So the word gynocracy literally means woman's strength. The word gyno phonetically is the same as gene from the Greek word genos, meaning race or offspring. The colonists termed this kind of rule petticoat government, which implies lace, ruffles, or a woman's silly whine, W-H-I-N-E. What the European didn't understand, look, I don't get into it, but I'm going to get into it now, polite. Or whoever studied under Dr. York. The brother clearly says what the European didn't understand. I don't hear the brother saying the white man, the devil, the cracker. Just to throw that out there. This is what Dr. Malachi Zadok York L is written, inscribed. What the European didn't understand was in our ancient civilizations, the woman, or women, the women were not weak, spoiled creatures that needed protection. The Native Americans acknowledged that a strong woman made a strong nation. At the head of their council was the beloved woman of the nation, whose voice was considered to be that of the Great Spirit speaking through her. They deified the woman because all men came from woman. Women were the progenitors of the nation, owning the land and the soil. Back then, the Europeans were under the biblical impression that women came from men. Genesis 2:23. So they could not understand why the man would surrender his masculinity to a woman. When they came over to the New World, end quote, and saw men under women's rule, they immediately tried to change it. They even went as far as taking some of the Cherokee men and the Iowa men to England and educating them in English ways. With this British influence, these men returned to the Cherokee or Iowa country, which included parts of Georgia, Mississippi, and North Carolina, and eventually changed the old ways to male dominance. However, today, scientists have found the mitochondrial DNA, This DNA is only passed from mother to daughter, which proves that men did not come from women, and that everyone on the planet today came from one woman. This is why in our native cultures, such as the Native Americans and Almanacs, they have the female as the head of the clan. The Iroquois had no idea that allowing these European tribes into their country was the beginning of their destruction. And I'd like to present notice that the brothers say country as opposed to states or estates. Countries. Countries. And the brother in this book here, I had to peep this one and put this one because it's one of the laws of Hermes Trismegistus principle of all truths are but half truths, all lies are but half lies. So it's up to you to differentiate, okay? In here it says, I want to make sure I got it right. Okay. It talks about the Ottoman Empire. But on 148 of the book, Let's Set the Record Straight, it has a picture of the illustrious Prophet Noble Jew Ali, right? That's the Prophet. Prophet Noble Jew Ali. And notice he say the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. All right? Okay. How did the Seljuks and Ottoman Empire destroy Islam? Okay. Most of the nomads who had made the initial Seljuk, Seljuk, victories possible, were soon pushed to the west of Anatolia, where frontier colonies were maintained against the last Byzantine defenses. Although the Sultanate of Rum imitated the Seljuk Empire of Baghdad, the presence within its boundaries of large numbers of Christians and its superimposition of Islam on top of a living Christian tradition produced a place considerably different from that of other Islamic states. This provided the basis for the unique Ottoman system of government and society that began to emerge in the 14th century. Islam was destroyed by these Seljuks with the superimposition of Islam and Christianity. However, these Seljuks were soon overcome by the invasion of the Mongols under Genghis Khan in 1258 AD in Anatolia. The Turkoman nomads used the resulting anarchy to form a series of principalities nominally under the suzerainty, which is a nation that controls another nation in international affairs, but allows it domestic sovereignty of Rome, which in turn was dominated by the Mongols. These principalities maintained themselves through their raids against one another and against the last Byzantine nobles who held out in western Anatolia. The Turks cleverly used this period of disorder to set up principalities that lasted throughout the Mongolian invasions. It was these principalities that the Ottomans emerged in history as leaders of those Turkomans. From this point on, the Ottoman Empire expanded and spread their newly formed Islam until 1529 AD. The periods between 1566 and 1918 AD was the decline of the old Ottoman and a reformed Ottoman Empire emerged. The sultans of these empires are the ones that formulated treaties that protected the Moors. The Treaty of 1787 AD protected the Moors in America. Wow. That's the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Who brought that to our attention? Who brought the treaty to our attention? Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All right. Now, check this. This is what the brother said. All right, and it can be misconstrued. Okay, but put on your Moorish thinking caps. All right. The Moorish Science Temple of America, or the Temple of Science, Temple of America, so don't get it twisted. The Moorish Science Temple of America, founded by Prophet Noble Drew Ali, well, pardon me, he doesn't write prophet here now, but it's there on the picture, so, and we continue. By Prophet Noble Drew Ali in 1914, when actually it was 1913, but it says 1914 AD here in the book, but it was 1913, are under the impression that the sultans of the Ottoman Empire are Muslims, when in actuality, their Islam was created by the Seljuks of Turkey. The Islam that they follow is not pure Islam. It is a mixture of Christianity and Islam. The Turks were responsible for the spread of fake Islam. They even opened up their Quran with the picture of the Saudi Arabian king, whom they call Sultan Abdul Aziz Akbar ar-Rahman ibn Fasul ibn Turki al-Allah ibn Muhammad al-Saud. Okay. Well, we know, for one, we corrected the 1914 to 1913. Yes, the Moorish Science Temple of America has been infiltrated, and this is what they think. So now we're here to correct that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to correct that. Okay? Through the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now, got about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, because I was running late, as I say, and I apologize about that, family. I want to go into something to back, because this is Washington, D.C. territory. If you look right outside, we're in D.C., District of Columbia territory, which is the Anacostia territory, all right? Now I want to go into showing a show, okay? And next week, we're going to get into last week's class. A brother came in and tried to disrupt the class, but we showed patience and calmness. You know, we had to be calm, and, you know, they tried to infiltrate our class, but it's okay, all right? Now, football season is about to start, and most of our classes are on Sunday. And let's see, I challenge anyone anymore or active more doing something on a Sunday, you know, having a class on a Sunday, having an outing on a Sunday, all right? I challenge any more, especially on Sundays, now that the NFL season, preseason has begun, but we're almost ready for the full season. I want to see how many more will stop watching football and do something Moorish. Listen to a blog talk. Listen to a show. Listen to Brother Cujo Adwell. Check my brother Rami Salam El out in California. Check out my brother Satin Rob. Check out my brother Rami El Bay and his shows on Monday. And where you can go back online and check out any show, Conscious Vibes. You know, check that out. I challenge all Moors and any more to stop watching the football game or not to watch the football game and set your children down by a computer or by any iPod, tablet, anything. Sit them down. You sit down with them. And I challenge you to do some research. Check out the brothers' shows. Check out their classes. That's my challenge. I challenge any more, and by more I mean any dark-skinned person. It doesn't necessarily have to be dark-skinned because we here that has a universal prophet. Prophet Nubuju Ali is a universal prophet. Okay? So I'm with anybody, and I don't take this quote lightly, I'm down with anybody, whether you're European or Moorish, I'm down with anybody for the betterment of the Moorish nation. I'm not with that white and black crap that is fictitious, that was created by the Europeans. That's my challenge. And in a show, I was showing a nickel last week, a silver nickel. And I said the Redskins fans are going to love this. This is on a nickel. And this is the head of the Washington Redskins. And as I can flip it over, I flip it over and you see a Buffalo Bill. And this is money, silver, money. And I was also showing the class last week Mercury head dime, silver. And as I flip it over, you can see, what do we have? Oh, a fascie. That's a fascie. And I want to show this to the family because this is a 1897 United States penny that has a sister, a Moorish sister on it. And I hope and pray that you can make it out. I'm not a hope man, but that is a Moorish sister on a United States of America penny with the headdress 1897. And I just wanted to show that because women were and are still rulers. Look at Hillary Clinton right now trying to see what she's trying to do. Trying to be a breeder. I tell you. But it's all right though, family. We got about 5 more minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to break it on down. And I wanted to bring to the family. Oh yeah. Teach the children the 8 parts of speech. 1, noun. 2, verb. 3, adjective. 4, pronouns. 5, adverbs. 6, prepositions or prepositions. And 8, my favorite, interjection. And I'm going to read from the King Alfred plan. And I'm going to skip down to something that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Which one is that? Okay, let me go back. But of the King Alfred plan, it is very interesting what is being said. And a lot of people miss that. A lot of people miss that. They don't grasp what's being said here. And we really have to grasp what's being said here, family. We have to. And let me open it up. It's not trying to open up for me. But we're going to get it to open up. 1 second. Please, family. Okay, pardon me. But this is Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1787. Okay, I'm having trouble pulling this up, but we're gonna get it up. We're gonna get it up and running.
All true boys will.
Okay, and we're gonna go to which one was that? Buddy. Okay.
State of the Union message.
Okay, this is the executive order by Franklin Delano.
State of the Union message.
Okay, well, I did have the divine warning right here, and I apologize about that. But basically what I wanted to find is, in the King Alfred plan, it states that we are bound to this land by heritage. Where we gonna go? This is our land, so we have no other place to go. Because political asylum would not be afforded to us outside of our own land, okay? Now, we're going to wrap it up. But remember my challenge, people. You know, remember my challenge on Sunday, because I know for a fact my big brother Cujo always have classes 1 o'clock on Sunday, 7 o'clock Sunday, and then he does the blog talk 9 o'clock, pushing it, active moves. So that's my challenge, man, on Sunday, especially now that it's NFL season. What's really more important? Your freedom or catching the last 3 or 4 minutes of the fourth quarter? I love you, Moors. And as I say, don't believe me. Go check it out for yourself and you'll be amazed at the jewels you'll find, especially in a book. Especially in a book. I used to say something about niggas. About niggas. You want to keep something from a nigga? Do what? There you go. Put it in the book. Because what they say about our people, they won't succeed or achieve because they can't read. And where am I at right now? A library. I'm doing class from a library. Moors. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to get up out of here. Step up. And you're facing east. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Allow the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah my protector, my salvation, and my God, by day and by night. Through his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Islam. Study, Moors. Study, study, study. Peace.